This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for June 9, 2023, 8-year-old abducted in Portmore, throat slashed. The police are trying to determine the circumstances which led to the abduction and attempted murder of an 8-year-old girl. She was abducted from Brighton Primary School in Portmore, St. Catherine on Thursday afternoon. Reports are that the girl's throat was slashed and she was thrown from a vehicle along Roosevelt Avenue in the St. Andrew Central Police Division. Investigators say the child was seen walking along the busy thoroughfare. She bumped into a vehicle and the driver made inquiries. The motorist realized that the girl had a wound to her neck and rushed her to the Bustamante Hospital for Children, where she underwent surgery. Children's advocate Dan Gordon Harrison described the attack on the child as horrendous. She has called for a speedy investigation into the matter.
It really begs the question as to what happened. Is this someone who knew this little girl? Is this a stranger? And really what's behind it? And so it's early days yet. At this point, I think we're all focused on the little girl and how traumatizing this must be for her family. And really just to see if, we can use this as an opportunity to appeal to anyone who saw anything, heard anything, to see if they can help us put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Man killed and woman injured in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. A man was killed and a woman shot and injured while they worked at a house in Stony Hill, St. Andrew on Thursday afternoon. The dead man has been identified as 30-year-old Ricardo Johnson, otherwise called the Lizard, a resident of Lacey District in Cavaliers, St. Andrew. The injured woman is 54 years old. It was reported that around 3:20 p.m., the two were working inside a concrete structure under repair when two men armed with handguns entered. Police said the men fired shots hitting Johnson all over his upper body. The woman was hit in the left eye and the right side of her face. The gunmen then made their escape on foot in the area, the police said. Upon the arrival of the authorities, Johnson was seen motionless, lying in a pool of blood. The injured woman was assisted by a motorist to a hospital where she was admitted in stable condition. No motive has been established for the attack. Flash flood watch in effect for southern parishes. A flash flood watch is in effect for low-lying and flood-prone areas of St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. The Meteorological Service says that the watch will remain in effect until 5 o'clock Friday afternoon. A broad trough across the Western Caribbean is expected to linger through the weekend and will continue to generate unstable weather conditions across the island. Observational data and satellite imagery indicated that moderate rainfall along with periods of thunderstorms occurred mainly across southern parishes throughout Thursday. The forecast is for mostly cloudy conditions with periods of moderate showers and thunderstorms, which could be heavy at times, to continue across the island, especially over southern parishes on Friday. Additionally, due to the extended period of rainfall and high ground saturation, landslides are likely. The Meteorological Service says it will continue to monitor the situation and provide updates as necessary. Man rushed to hospital after being hit by JDF vehicle. A young man was rushed to hospital Thursday evening after he was reportedly hit from the sidewalk and run over by a Jamaica Defense Force vehicle in Augustown, St. Andrew. Residents who reportedly caught the incident on video said they had previously warned the lawmen of the fast driving in the community. In the video, the injured man can be seen lying motionless on the ground before being picked up and put in a vehicle by members of the JDF. His condition is currently unknown. Cops allegedly robbed $14 million from Chinese wholesalers. 2 police officers have been arrested in connection with a multi-million-dollar robbery of Chinese wholesalers in Kingston on Tuesday. The lawmen are facing charges of robbery with aggravation. According to reports, 2 Chinese nationals were at their wholesale when they were visited by the 2 police officers dressed in plain clothes. 3 other accomplices reportedly accompanied the officers to the location. The 2 men reportedly identified themselves as officers and presented a document they claimed was a warrant from the Constant Spring Police for the property to be searched for uncustomed goods. One of the Chinese nationals was reportedly led to the family's living quarters upstairs, where a search was conducted. $8.5 million along with US $40,000 or Jamaican $5,760,000 was reportedly seized by the lawmen. An iPhone 14 was also said to be taken. The iPhone was later tracked and reportedly found damaged in the Queensborough community in Kingston. It is reported that one of the Chinese wholesalers objected to the items being seized by the officers, but was allegedly told that they would be returned. He was asked to accompany the plainclothes officers to the police station to have the matter sorted. The wholesaler, however, was reportedly instructed to travel in his personal vehicle. It is said that when the victim entered his car, the officers sped off, leaving him behind. A report was made to the police, and the lawmen were later brought in for questioning. They are being held pending an investigation. 2 charged with murder of St. Mary vendor. 2 men have been charged with murder, wounding with intent, and several other offenses after a man was killed during an incident on Main Street, Highgate in St. Mary last month. Charged are 30-year-old Dushane Gentles, a vendor of Q Lane, and the 37-year-old Rohan Gordon, otherwise called Rugu, a truck driver of Lincoln Crescent, both in Kingston. Both men have also been slapped with other charges including possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and using a firearm to commit a felony. The deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Sheldon Watson, a vendor of Vincent in Highgate, St. Mary. Reports are that about 3:20 p.m., citizens heard explosions and summoned the police. Upon their arrival, Watson and another man were seen lying in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds. Both men were taken to the hospital, where Watson succumbed to his injuries whilst undergoing treatment. The other man was treated and released. Gentles and Gordon were arrested on June 6 and subsequently charged after an interview. Musgrave Market fire victims get $100,000 each for recovery. 200 vendors affected by a fire at the Musgrave Market in Portland on May 28 received the checks Thursday to support recovery efforts. The checks were handed out by representatives of the Action and Foundation, with each vendor receiving $100,000. Anne-Marie Vaz, Member of Parliament for Portland Eastern, said the foundation has raised almost $50 million so far, but the intended target is twice that amount. She explained that the money handed out Thursday represents the first phase of a broader plan to help vendors recover as well as support the rebuilding of the market.
The aim of the Action and Foundation is to raise $100 million. So far, we have raised $45 million. 20 million of which will be distributed to the second phase is to help with the restocking and to get back on your feet. That amount I cannot commit to because it will depend on my ambitious goal being fulfilled of $100 million.
Joan Shaw, one of the vendors affected by the fire, said she has been operating in the market for more than 30 years and is grateful for the donation to be able to rebuild.
We have no business right now, but we give thanks for this little donation. Can help us a little while we are still out there waiting and doing whatever there is. But right now we need just a space to ply our business until it is ready. Right now we are nowhere, so we want somewhere to go. Yes, because they say we are to go to the village, but there is no structure there right now. So we need some structure to do our business.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.